quick Sunday video because tomorrow we have the weekly close and in a week we have the monthly close. So I'm just doing this kind of fast video. So where we are. So this is the 4 hours. We are still inside this triangle, still not being able to pass the 21, the 20, the 12 moving average, and just making lower highs on the 4 hours. Indicators kind of flat. Okay, we caught a bottom here, flatten out, already pointing down again. We are still below 50, which is, so we are still in a bearish zone. So we are still just not being able to pass, although we had this big bounce. We came down big time, bounced, but we already like struggling. These yellow lines, this is the monthly close. The bottom one is the monthly wick, and on the middle we have the 12 exponential moving average on the monthly. Remember, this is the monthly support, and it's 1 week until we close. So we are kind of grinding around the bottom on the support area on the monthly, but we can still test one of these yellow bands one more time, or the 12 exponential by the end of the month. If we close above, still can work as a bounce area, and we still like range around here, and then let's see if we move up. And this is for the monthly, so I will just open. So basically, I'll just take this purple line that I had. Okay, so this is where we are. This is quite bearish and kind of implies that we will have some consolidation. I'm not seeing the price today on the weekly closing above the 21 exponential moving average or the 20. There will be resistance, and for now this is the support, of course the week until the week. Of course then we have if we hold above this also Fibonacci, we can range above here, maybe go to the 45k, 46, who knows, 56, to go to the limits and make a short squeeze. This trend line here that was support here became a resistance, and this is everything on the monthly. If we get a close below this one, we will come down. We can have a week next month until here. If we close below this one, we will come down. If we close above, we can come to the top and maybe to that top, or just range here, and if we don't pass here, come down. So this is the range that we need to pass, and we need to pass also that trend line. So it's been quite precise and just a matter of patience now. Okay, so we have the 21 here around. This is the fib on 25.5. The 21 now is on the 45, and the 20 is on 9900, basically the previous top, basically the week. And of course, if we start coming down here, we still have lower levels until this trend line that wasn't tested. This yellow one, I put it on the yellow, this is the one we tested as support for the bull run, and I created this new one with those 2 weeks that is not tested because of this candle that didn't come down to test this area here. This will act as a support for a big bounce sometime in the future. Of course, we can have weeks on this moving average below, but for now, I think we will use this as a bottom, use this area here and range, and let's see what we do. So indicators are pointing down on the monthly, so the 12 is here, 32.4. We have the week at 30.5. And this one again around 25, the 21, and this one around 20, the 20. Okay, I don't think we will go below here with the candles close on the next month, but we will see. For now, we are coming down, testing the support, and 1 week for the month to close. If we close above the 12 EMA, I think the next candle might open green, and we will come down to test this trend line and then reassess. Or if we can open and come down to test the 21 or even the 20, and then start to go up and start to close as basically above here and come here. Who knows? everything is possible. Just play with the range and see what we are doing. Remember, this is not investment areas. You can buy dollar cost average. If we close above here, you can buy a little bit. If we come down here, you can buy 5%. You come here, you can buy 10% of your portfolio. If we come down here, you buy like 20%. And if we come down here, you buy another 20, and then just leave the rest for these areas. This can be dollar cost average, and not stressing every time you have a big dip, you just buy a little bit and play with that, and if we go up, take profits, so you can buy lower. Okay, so this is one style, and in more than a long-term investment style. Of course, investment areas for me will be all this area here, and not this. So will be from here down as an investor, of course with the bigger buys on the low areas and not on the top areas. Of course, if we see candles closing above, I can use a stop loss, but this is not for investment, this is for a swing trade. So it's a different thing. Okay, so weekly. That's the big key here, because we are below the 21, the 20, and the 12, so, and the trend line. That trend line, will be resistance. We can have wicks up. We have big resistance around this area. So, and depends on how we close the week. If we close on the month above, we still can go higher. But the tricky part here is that on the weekly, we have here the 50 on 28, 27.5, and we have this one here around the Fibonacci. So we can even come higher and then come to test here, and then next month maybe we close above the 12, we can go higher. So we don't know, just be prepared that we have the 200s here, 100 here on 18,200 Fibonacci's, and the 50, it's here on the 28. If there's a big liquidity pool because of this area, that there's many stop losses around here, because of people who bought here, put the stop loss, and maybe they didn't move and just let the stop loss there. And with this week, we didn't get the people that have stop losses here, so there will be a big liquidity pool here. That's why maybe there's another liquidation event that we come to this area, we liquidate all the stop losses here, and then maybe starts to move higher, and we can be ranging here for weeks, starting to go higher, and maybe then we come here, or even higher, who knows. That will be more bullish for it, but then depends, because if we come until here, the 56 or 57, and we don't pass, it's another lower high. So everything is possible, and big profits can be made on each bounce. This can take a while. The weekly, we are already below the 50, so it's already bearish. We have been bearish for a while. We still didn't touch this trend line for a bounce here, so that, and then let's see if it pushes down again. But we already looking quite bad, and actually now we are coming down. So it's the end of the week. Let's see where we close. And seems like we won't close in a good way. It's still coming down to close, and it's 24 hours. Actually, it's 16 hours for the weekly to close. So we have the 12, the monthly support is here. We have the Fibonacci, and we have this area here as well for support on the weekly, and we have the weekly close now. Okay, so this is all possible, and remember the 200s are here. So now, remember, this will be a huge resistance this week as well here. So from 42 to this, especially here, the 46, 47, 49, and then we even can have weeks if we start going higher, and people getting more bullish if we start closing above the 21. Only if we start, but we won't do it this week. Let's see next week if we have enough strength to close and get a candle above here or above these two trend lines to try to come up. But then we don't know if we pass this area. So be prepared for everything. Any closes above this yellow line, it will be good. And you can do a breakout trade and use the stop loss below these areas. Easy for risk management as well. And with Bitcoin on strength. For now, doesn't look good. Indicators pointing down. Remember, if you're an investor on the weekly, you buy when we touch the dots here, or almost in the dots, but especially on the dots, you have to wait now until it starts to touch here, and from when it's touched here, you can start with a dollar cost average on the weekly, buying little bits. If it keeps coming down, you can buy more. If it holds and we start a bull trend and it doesn't go below, you can add to the position on the moving average like this. Every time it goes up, goes down, you buy a little bit more if we don't break down. If we break down, you can just get out or sell again, and you just made profits. Okay, so this is one style as well. So this is the weekly. The monthly is quite tricky because this has been the support area. You can draw these lines here on the RSI, this line and this line, this area. This is where you buy, it's coming down. But we never touch the 30. So sometimes if we have some crazy event and the stock market starts to get destroyed sometime in the future, on the monthly we can come to the 30s. We don't know. So be prepared for everything sometime in the future, but this should hold. And then we will see. We need to align all the indicators. It's just not one indicator. It's the trend line, supports and resistance, and the moving averages, and the market sentiment. So we have to combine many factors, not just one. For now, we are pointing down, and the support, it will be on this area. Okay, we are coming down, so I'm going back now to the 4 hours. Okay, so basically 1 point, 2 points, if we hold here, and it's actually 3.23, so the candle, we will close the 4 hours in 36 minutes. If we close above here, maybe we will try to push higher on the next one. But if we close below this one, we will come to this support on the monthly, and this one to the fib, maybe test the fib, and let's see if this holds. Many people will try to buy this, so we can come down after, maybe bounce a little bit, and then we can come up. Just remember, it's more safe to buy when we are above the 21 and the 20 and above this triangle than trying to get this bottom, because all the dips, everyone is buying, and suddenly it's coming down. We are just doing lower highs, lower lows, and this can be a continuation. Many people buying here, suddenly we come down. So don't rush, be patient, and you don't need to buy it here. Of course, if you are a scalper, maybe you have this, now you go to 1 minute, and then on the 1 minute, see where the trend line is. The trend line is here, and see if we start to get green candles above here. You can put a stop loss very tight over there, or wait for the price to go. If it does a structure here to go above, you put a stop loss and wait for the price to go up. So for now, the price is coming to this trend line. We actually, on the 5 minutes, we have been having quite good bounces on the oversold. When we get to the oversold conditions, we got from here, like this one, bounce, this one, when we got oversold, bounce, this one, oversold, bounce, this one, oversold, bounce, this one, here, just a little bit of a bounce, but anyway, it's oversold, and then we can just pass, all the tries to pass above this trend line. I can do another one from this top, of course, are being rejected. So be patient, no need to rush. And it's coming down to it at the moment. Okay, so back to the daily. This is where we are. These lines I can take out on the daily. So you understand. I'll take them. I'll just leave them here. So this is daily. I'll just put a bit of Ethereum to see where we are on Ethereum. People are interested in Ethereum. So looking bad, looking quite bad. So we lost the channel, we rejected the channel, and now we are coming back down here. We still have the 200 simple here. So this will be the next area. Otherwise, I think we will come down here. Put the weekly to see where we are. So we have this trend line, which is aligned with the 50. I can even take all this down. So we have, if we lose the 21 here on this area and we close below on the weekly today, next target, basically it's previous stop here plus the 50 because of the moving average. And we have all this cluster of support. We have this as support. I don't think we will go there, so we might just hold here. But let me check the monthly. Indicators are pointing down. Remember, when Ethereum comes down, it comes down big time. So after this, we can have another bounce, maybe next month, but then let's see if we start a bear market or if we are just ranging with from here up and down and up, and then let's see if we go higher or if we come down like this. This can take from the top of 1, 2, 3, 4 months that we can be, and the base now on the 12 that we still didn't touch it as support is 1,000 euros more or less, around this area with a wick. Of course, this wick, it's this previous top plus here, and the 21, it's here on 800, the 20 is on 600. So prepare, we can have something like this, and then a big move up, and then let's see, reassess. This is the monthly, it's already red. It will be really hard to pass this top now, created a big resistance here, and let's see what we do. Still trying to hold this area here, but let's see, if the weekly closes below here, we will keep on coming down. So this is the monthly, 1 week for the month to close. So if we close the month basically red, even with a doji, if we start to go up a little bit, we will have follow through to these areas. Even if we have a short squeeze, after, during the month, maybe we go up a little bit, then we come down. So be patient. If you're an investor in Ethereum, just wait for these areas below here. Even if you have to wait 1 year, 2 years, of course you can start from here. This is where I have my bids. They start here to here, and I have bids waiting on this area. If this stops here and starts to go higher, I can buy for a swing trade, but my target will be here, and I can leave 20% to keep on going higher if it goes. But I can do a swing trade if we hold the previous stop here and we start to get a bounce. I can buy, don't mind buying just for a swing trade or a trade. Okay, so coming down, Ethereum, no need to check the other ones. They will bleed, all of them, as we are seeing now. And yeah, Cardano, a little bit. Still green, but coming down, so I think this is the top. We still need to hold this area. If we hold this, it's still fine and we can be ranging here. But if we start closing below, it's quite simple. We have this area, we still have this area which is where are the candles closing. Very simple. Any closes below here or here, it's bad. So I can even draw one more line on the monthly, because on the monthly gives you all the info that you need. If any closes below these ones, we come to here. Closes below here, we come to the 12, to the 21, and basically to this trend line that you can draw for still a bullish move on Cardano. And we can go from this one to that one to that one, gave the buy here, and we still have it here for maybe a test. And then investment, I'm seeing these areas here, this one especially, from here to here, and of course for big bounces, this area here for a big bounce. But for now we are still here, so if it holds here, it's still fine. But just wait. So it looks quite bad. If we look at it, this is a bearish engulfing. Of course we are still above the 12 and the 21, but even if we close here, suddenly this will act as resistance. It can come here or here, but then I'm seeing this area that was not tested as support, so the 30 cents, 32.30 for a bounce, and then this area was not tested as support, 13, and if we come down below here, this area was not tested as support, so all depends on Bitcoin, and we can still keep on coming down. So bullish move, we can have big bounces, big profits, but overall, in the future, I don't know if we come back to the bases and then reassess to start over. If we hold here, could be a base, 13 cents. If Bitcoin holds the 20Ks, maybe we can have weeks down and then closes above here will be good. So if I was an investor, I would be investing from 13 cents below with bids here and as a long-term investment. And on the 30 cents, I will do swing trades maybe until here or higher. If it holds with a stop loss below. Okay, indicators are pointing down. Remember, Cardano also. Look, this is where you invest. We have been parabolic. There's a trend line here. You can have big bounces. Look, big bounces, good profits. But overall, in the end, I think we will come down to this area whenever it. So it's a matter of patience for investors. Swing traders, many possibilities, and traders now to make money. So each coin has their own style, their own, like Binance, can have weeks like this. If you have bids below, you can be a millionaire or makes good money. If you have looking really bad, Binance. I'm glad I sold really the top. I still had to sell some a bit above, but as I said, I bought on $4. So I'm really happy that I managed to sell on this area almost everything, and I still have a bag that I bought here for the future to compound. But Binance, my buys, investment will be here and below. Even here, 11, I don't know. Everything is possible because if you have weeks like this, you can have a big range for investment on this area. This will be the base, basically. Any closes below, it's bad, but we should hold here or this top here. So basically this range will be the base. Of course, we have these areas. We don't know if it will go there. Indicators pointing down. All right, needs to hold here, basically this cluster here on Binance for a bounce. This is the cluster now. It's this one. I can even take all these lines so you understand how to do this. So this is the weekly. I'm changed now to the monthly. So monthly, this is the base. Very simple. First area. Wait, let me take this one out. To the second area here. Candle close. Basically, it's the candles to closes and the wick here. So many ranges. Wait, I didn't put this magnet. So ranges. So we broke out and went up from here. This one was not tested as support. This one also we went up. We came below. We didn't test this one. So this is the area. All these candles, because this is the monthly, they will bounce. We have this wick here. So this will be a range from here to here. All the rest, it's just fine. And of course, we have this one. But we will come to the bases sooner or later, sometime in the future. So support on the month, the 12th, bearish engulfing at the moment, but still 1 week to go. We can still come here and close above this one and still range. But if we close like this week will be resistance. So this is resistance now, and the candle close is resistance. Only made with the monthly, you can use this. This is if we close below here, we will come down here sooner or later. There's not a ladder like this that we went up to create support and resistance on the monthly. So be prepared. Binance has big volatility, big moves, and then it will consolidate in a lower area and then a big move up. See how it works on the cycle. This looks really, really bad. Of course, we can come here and suddenly close above here, so we can try to go higher. So I think the monthly, everyone should do something like this on the monthly and then reassess and then check the lines on the weekly, on the daily, and see where are your points of support and resistance. So, like I will do another one, very simple. the Cardano. This is Kraken, so yeah. So support here, very simple here, support. There's another support here, so it's like a big range. Support. This one was not tested as support because of this candle. We didn't come here down. So everything is possible. And now, of course, this area support until another area. We can use the candle close. Of course, we have the wicks, so we can use the wicks as well, but this is, you can do it by yourself. I'll just put the top area here, and this can be a range. And then we have this area, support, candle close, resistance, wicks, resistance, and then I can go to the perpendicular line. So this is the previous top, so it's a range, so we are here. If Bitcoin comes down and this gets red, I don't know if this will hold, and we have 12, and then we have the moving averages. And then we have this candle close here, which is a range with a wick. So this is what we have for ranges on Cardano. And then you can have perpendicular lines. For instance, there was one here. This one is simple, I think. We have this one for a possible bounce. It worked here as resistance. One point, on the third point we rejected. I don't need, maybe it starts I think from there. Yeah, this is it. So this can be a place for a bounce. Of course, we have this wick, and then we can do something like this as well. So maybe we can adjust, or maybe do two trend lines. I'm just seeing where they work. They work also here. So there's many options to do it, but the horizontal ones are better. And then we can do another one. Maybe we have this one that is like perpendicular one, and we can do one from here. We had this one that is made like this. It gave the parabolic move. Any closes below here, we come down. Gave this area plus that one here, there. We need to open. Where is it? Actually, it's not. I think I need to do it. This one needs to be done on the monthly, on the weekly, or the daily. Yeah, I think on the weekly we can do it easily, more easy. Here and here, gave here. So this will be one area as well. Okay, so this is where we are. I don't think there's need to make more trend lines. We can do one with this top as well, but horizontals are quite good. So, okay, back to Bitcoin, coming down still, weekly close, not looking good. Remember, we have the 50 here on the around 28, and we still have the monthly in 1 week. So be patient, because we can still have another flush for the people who are buying now, and we are coming down. Okay, so I'm putting the 4 hours now. We are coming now to the triangle. Let's see what, if we close 4 hours below this one, we have the monthly support here. Let's see if we hold, but I'm seeing that we will come even after the monthly close bit below, just if many people buy here, just to flush them, and then maybe a big move up until here for the 50s or the 47s, which then let's see if we do another lower high and we come down after, or if we start to move up and we go for a whole time high. Nobody knows the future. Okay, I think this helped, and